Hey guys, my name is Alyssa J. Dillon. I am a marketing coach, content expert. I am absolutely in love with content development, putting out content, writing content. And what I have to talk to you about today is the only 7 posts that you need in order to get clients on social media. So, what I call this is the 7 magic post framework. This framework is designed to put you in a place where you don't actually have to post 10 times a day to get clients. It's super effective, it's super efficient. You're going to post once a day, and I have every single post that you are going to do throughout the week, Monday to Sunday, whatever it looks like for you. And you will not have to make any other posts other than these 7 posts if you want to book clients. And we call this magic. Magic is actually an acronym for My Authenticity Gets Ideal Clients. So, first, what I want to do for you is I really want to take you through what are these 7 magic posts. So, we have number 1, the anticipation post. Number 2, our weekly pillar content, live video training, if that's possible, some sort of video training. This is really about your core content. A strategic value post. This is where you're going to shifting beliefs, shift beliefs for your ideal clients, and also do some objection handling and help your clients get closer to making a buying decision. Number 4 is the replay post. This is where people are going to request the replay of your number 2 weekly pillar content live training. 5, social proof posts. 6, engagement posts. 7, your money maker post. And this is either we have direct or indirect, and I'll walk you through exactly what that looks like. So first, let's get right into the anticipation post. What is an anticipation post? So really, this is a post that's going to let your community know you have something amazing coming for them. You are going to share a bunch of value. Maybe you're going to open up a Facebook group, whatever it looks like, right? So you're creating anticipation or really creating a buzz around what's about to happen. If you're excited about something, your audience is going to be excited about it, right? And that's what we're looking for here. So every single week, I do one anticipation post, and my clients do one anticipation post to promote our upcoming live training that we do every single week. So let's go right through the framework of this. It is going to be a bold headline that gets people to read. Some of the examples I have here is want to understand how to create purposeful content? Finally? Question mark. Or exclusive training on content happening, get the details below, right? So something that's going to get your audience to say, I want more of this. I'm going to tune in. Give me the details. How do I do this? All right. So the next part of this post is going to be the context. You want to explain the what and the why. Really, this part of it is selling them on why they need to tune in. Why do they need to be there? Why will this be so important for them to make sure they get on your live training, your video training? Next part of this is the details. Obviously, they need to know where should they go, how do they get there. Don't allow people to have to do creative thinking. Really let them know this is exactly where you need to be and why you need to be there. Finally, call to action. I use a call to action word in almost every post that we do. And a call to action word is really when you get somebody to reply with a specific word or comment with a specific word. So in this case, it's really about the call to action is what do you want them to do? Explaining this clearly, making it, giving them very specific instructions. So what I have here as an example is, are you going to be there live? Comment live. If you want the replay, comment replay. And then my team will make sure you get access to this exclusive training, right? And then of course, add a photo of yourself. That call to action word is really going to help people know exactly what they need to do to be able to get access to this training that you're about to do. Also, comments create virality, and that's the whole goal on social media, right? To get more people commenting. So if you give them away, tell them the exact instructions on how to comment, they are more likely to comment, right? Okay. So another thing that we do, this is a bonus activity. We also sometimes create an event on whatever social media, specifically if you're using Facebook, you can create an event to go along with your anticipation post. All right, so now we will jump right over to our weekly live training. Your weekly live training is really a way for your audience to get a taste of who you are, your voice, your mannerisms, and overall start seeing you as the authority in your niche. And this is where you can bring your authenticity. It's very to be honest, people are either going to tune in to your live training, your video trainings, and they're going to decide they like the way you talk. You're giving tons of value. You're super helpful. They can listen to you, right? You might be somebody who has a lot of valuable experience and knowledge that you can share, but when it comes down to it, if they can't listen to the way you even speak, they may not want to hire you, right? You guys may hate the way I use my hands to talk and be like, man, I can't even watch this. Let's just be honest, that's okay, right? We want to work with people who actually like us for who we are, not just because we're really smart or whatever it is, right? Not because we just have a skill set that they need. It makes it such an awesome, much more awesome experience when you're working with people that like you. Yeah. Okay. So, focus on a subject that you can get your audience a small win or results that they could get today. Help them implement something today because that's going to help them remember you. If they're able to take away something for you from your live training and implement it today, or you're going to change their mindset on something today, you are going to just further elevate yourself as the authority in their mind. All right. Now let's get to creating this binge-worthy content. I want to walk you through the framework of actually presenting a live training, what this looks like. The first thing I want to remind you to do, I had to add this in because I see so many entrepreneurs, they take the framework, they do an awesome video, but they forget to put a headline. There's no title. And do you guys watch movies without titles? You're like, I don't know what this is about, right? You're just going to see a picture, but you might not know what it's about. So I want to make sure that you throw that headline right on the top of your video, whether you're going live on Instagram, Facebook, or anywhere else, LinkedIn, whatever that looks like. All right, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to introduce the topic and what they are going to learn immediately. Remember, your audience wants to know what they're going to get out of sticking around with you, right? This is not just about you, this is about them. They need to understand, what am I going to get if I stay and watch this? Second thing I want you to do is ask for engagement. So how I do this is I'm usually saying something like, hey, show me some love if you're here. I might say, hey, can you hear me? Can you comment if you can hear me? A really simple call to action that's going to get people to comment because they are here or they can hear you, right? So it doesn't have to be anything crazy. And it just gets comments on your posts. All right. So the next thing is I don't want you to waste any time chatting or say like, hey, I'm going to wait for more people to jump on. Just get right into the content, because if you are doing this from a live training, I think what's really important is for you to know that most people are going to get on the replay. And so they're not there they don't care about you chatting then. They care about the meat of what you're about to deliver, right? So get right into the content, give them the what and the why. Again, we're selling them on like, this is what it is. This is why it's so important for you. This is why you need to implement this, right? And for the most part, we avoid how-to content. It's just not nearly as effective as really focusing on shifting beliefs or objection handling. And we're going to get more into that in this training. Finally, what I want you to do is give them a call to action at the end. This can be a soft call to action, like, hey guys, if you love this training and you need more support with this, all I want you to do is comment below support and let me know so my team can reach out to you and we can see if you're a good fit for this solution. Or if you want to take the next steps to find out more about working with us so we can help you with this, comment next steps, right? So something really small, not super salesy. Of course, though, if you are in a promo cycle and you're doing a promotion, make that a whole pitch, right? Pitch your offer. Say, hey, this is what it is. And if you want it, this is how you need to take action. So you always end your content with letting them know how to take the next steps. Just because why not? It gets us our ideal clients raising their hands, and that's exactly what we're looking for, right? I have some topic ideas included. Why you're making money, but your bank is empty. Why you're posting, but not getting clients, right? So a lot of like, you're doing this, but it's not working. It's shifting belief statements. And then other things that you can do for your live trainings, if you're not just giving some value or talking about the core content of what you do, you could also interview your previous clients who have had a really good experience. You also could do a special guest interview with somebody who can also bring value to your audience that's in a similar niche or market. All right, let's jump right into the strategic value post. The reason that I do these is because I know not everyone is going to jump on that live video training. Some people don't have time for it. Some people prefer to read. So what I want to do is take a lot of that content that I had from that video training, and I'm going to bring it right over into my shifting or my strategic value post. So what this post is really designed to do is help bring your clients closer to making a buying decision. We want to both magnetize the people that should be in our space and polarize the ones that we're not for, and that's okay. So you're going to show up with authenticity and authority in this space. And I want you to avoid how-to content, right? So we're going to avoid how-to content. We're actually just going to work on helping these people make a buying decision. To start this out, you could brainstorm some ideas right now on what are people's biggest concerns when they're hiring me? What are the biggest questions I get about working with me, right? So this might be, hey, how long is this going to take? How long will it take me to get results? I'm worried about what my spouse will think. I'm concerned about XYZ, whatever it is. These are the types of things that you want to be leaning into when you're handling objections. So we're focused on handling objections, right? Maybe they're worried about making a big investment. So you can do some storytelling about making a big investment. Maybe a time you made a big investment, right? So we're going through objection handling. The shifting belief post is really the whole idea that is debunking beliefs in your niche or market, right? So in my niche or market, I have some really great examples. People believe they need to have a huge audience to make money. So I know that's not true, right? You need to post 6 times a day in order to make organic reach work for you. I, again, know that's not true, right? LinkedIn is the only place you can find high ticket clients. Again, not true. I'm not even on LinkedIn, right? And I have a lot of high ticket clients. So my job in these shifting belief posts is to really focus and narrow in on what people believe about my market, or about my niche, and then help them see that there's something different here, right? All right, so our headline can be a belief shifting statement, right? You can have a belief shifting statement like, read this if you think you need a huge audience to make money, right? With maybe like an emoji pointing down. That might be a really great example of that. So bold headline, get them to stop scrolling, right? That's really our whole goal in every post, is to get people to stop scrolling. All right, and then, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna focus on empathizing with our ideal client. We're gonna think about Island A, where they're hanging out on Island A. What's it like there? Maybe they're stressed, maybe they're worried, maybe they don't know how to get the types of clients that they want. Maybe they're stressed about money, right? So really empathizing with their current situation. And honestly, when I look at empathy, I don't just look at the struggle bus. I don't just look at the problems. What I look at is what they want, right? Like, what are they aspiring to? So I make aspiration statements like, hey, I know that you're trying to book clients consistently, right? But you're feeling like you don't even know where your ideal clients exist, right? So I'm empathizing with the problem, but I'm doing it in a way that is focused on aspiration. It's focused on where they want to go, not just like, your life sucks, right? We don't want to, it just sounds really negative. Especially if you have a feminine audience. We are more about empowerment. We don't actually, we don't love the "you suck" language. It's not for us. It doesn't attract women. So if your ideal client is women, avoid "you suck at life" content, okay? Just a nice little pro tip in there. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do after we've empathized now with 3 to 5 statements, you're going to focus on shifting the belief with a mind-blowing statement that alludes to I'm about to change everything, without saying that, right? Without saying that exact thing. But that's what we're doing. So I have an example here. Here is the truth. My top clients are making multiple six figures and even seven figures with small groups and small audiences, right? And then that's like, oh my gosh, they are? Like, this is possible, right? So we're shifting the belief. And then you want to give them the context of that. Give them the context of that statement. Tell a story about how you know this information. Explain the what and why, and just avoid that how to, right? So this is what happened. This is why she was able to make this work. You could talk about a client. You could talk about yourself, right? You could talk about what it would be like for them. And that's about 3 to 5 sentences. You can go in a little longer. Every once in a while, I notice that I'm writing about 7 sentences in that space. Finally is going to be your call to action. This can be relatively simple. If you want to know how this could work for you, comment below, and you can give them that call to action word, right? Comment below with next steps, and then let them know what's going to happen. I'm going to reach out to chat with you. I'll personally message you to see if this solution could work for you, right? And then finally, add a photo. Again, we're always trying to connect to the audience using our face, and let them know, hi, I'm here to help you, right? This is my beautiful face. So for those of you like, oh my gosh, she wants us to post pictures every single day. So I'm going to need you to just grab a good phone, right? You can grab a good phone, take your phone, take a friend, and just go take a bunch of pictures wherever. Go find some places to take pictures locally. Maybe a cool mural behind you. Bright light is what you're looking for. Get all dolled up. Just go take a bunch of pictures, all right? Change your shirt for the photos, right? So you can do it in one day. All right. Let's jump into the replay post. The biggest objection I get on a replay post is, this seems really redundant, Alyssa. I've already done the anticipation post, and then I did the actual live video. I really have to ask again if people want the replay. My answer is yes, you do. Yes, a resounding yes. You do want to ask again, hey, do you want the replay of the live training, of that exclusive training I did? Because here's the deal. Maybe you did that training on Tuesday, but that person wasn't online on Monday or Tuesday when you did your anticipation post. So now help them out, get them that replay for somebody who's maybe hanging out more on the internet around Thursday, Friday, right? So what I do for this post is that cheat code right here, cheat code. Copy your anticipation post, change some of it, because really you're already outlining what you talked about. You're already talking about why it's so important. Change your headline. I usually use the word this when I'm getting putting that out, like, hey, did you see this? Or this was crazy, or so much value in this, right? I'm using the word this because it creates open loop, right? That's what you want to do. Naturally, they're going to continue to read if they're interested in you and the work you do. So context, what did you go through? What did you talk about on that post? Why is this important to them? Why should they watch it? All in past tense now, right? Versus it's going to be tomorrow. Now it was the other day. You need this information. And then tell them what to do to get it, right? Tell them exactly what to do and what's going to happen. So again, that call to action, comment below to get the replay, comment with replay to get it. My team or I will reach out and send you the link, right? Something super simple. And of course, you can add a photo. You can add a photo there, or a screenshot of your live, right? You could do a screenshot, like, did you see this? And use some emojis pointing down. All right, number 5, we are on to our easiest post yet. So number 5 is our social proof post. What this is really just a whole collection of screenshots that you're going to feature for the week, congratulating all of your clients and telling everybody about how awesome your clients are doing, or even yourself. If you are here and you don't have a lot of clients yet, what you could do for this post is you could just say, look at what we're doing. Look at what we're working on. Look at all of how we've been able to change our lives over here in your land, right? So getting results is super important to you, and it's so important to your clients. And this piece of content right here is going to let people know that you are capable of doing what you say, right? It is your proof, and people love proof, right? So you're going to showcase all of your clients' most recent wins. You can use a headline that is really about you're not the hero. The client is the hero. So it's help me congratulate my amazing clients on their wins this week, right? Everybody help me say congratulations to my client who did this, right? Whatever it looks like. You're going to throw those screenshots in. And then what I do is I actually tag every single person that I put their screenshot below in the imagery. I tag every single person and I highlight what they did, right? So an example would be like, Jenny booked 3 clients this week. Marsha was able to grab a 10K client this week, right? So again, super simple. You can even add a call to action to this. I don't have it written out in the framework, but you can say like, if you want results like these, comment below with results, right? I might have to add that to the framework. I just thought of it here, but it sounds good, right? So you can go ahead and do that. All right, number 6 is our engagement post. Engagement post is a way to get people talking. It's learning about your ideal audience or your ideal client. It's learning about your audience and what their responses are. I actually use these heavily as like a market research post. If I'm looking to create my empathy statements around maybe a post around content, I might say, what's your biggest challenge with content? And then they're going to write my content for me. They're going to say, it's being concerned that I'm understood, right? And I can copy and paste that into my content and use it in one of my shifting belief posts. Like, I know you're concerned that you're not understood, right? So they're going to help you develop your content. So I have 3 different types of questions. General fun questions to just get engagement and showcase personality. Like how do you make your favorite taco, right? I love tacos. I'm a big taco fan. What do you have a hard time buying for yourself is another good question, right? And then we go into our market research questions to learn more about the language and the way your ideal client actually describes their struggles and desires. These posts or this type of question can actually lead to conversations in Messenger too. So just to let you know, somebody might, if you're saying, hey, what are you struggling with or what are your desires? They may say on that post, like, man, I really need your help. I'm struggling so much with. So that might be a way to lead into, again, getting people to raise their hand and having those conversations. Okay, so finally we have controversial questions or hot topics. And these will typically get you a lot of engagement. So is a sales call necessary to close the sale? Is a really good one. So something that's a little controversial that some people feel really strongly about in your market or niche, right? Maybe if your market or niche is in accounting, you might say like, do you really need a budget in order to make more money? Something like that. It's people feel strongly about their budgets and they're going to speak up. So this is a way to get people engaging and talking to you, right? And here's the thing about engagement is when people engage, it's showing the algorithm, the good old algorithm, that these people want to be in my space and they want to see more of my content. And so that's part of our goal on this. All right, finally, we have our moneymaker posts. This is where the magic really happens in the 7 magic post framework. These are specifically designed to get your ideal clients to raise their hands. There's 2 types of moneymaker posts that you can start using right now. The first one is called an indirect post, and then we have a direct moneymaker post. So first, let me go through the direct moneymaker post. Really what we're doing is we're asking a direct question if they want to work with you. So you might even say something as specifically, you could do this on a colored background or, you could add an image, something like that. So something that pops. Who wants to work with me and get X results? I'm offering 5 free strategy sessions this week. Comment strategy below, right? You're using that call to action word. So it's a question that is going to directly ask your market about working with you. This type of post you do not want to do all the time, maybe twice a month. That's it, right? because if you start doing it every single week, it kind of seems redundant. It doesn't seem as exclusive, right? It's like, oh, well, she'll just ask me again next week if I want to work with her. Okay. Another example here is, if I could show you how to book 5 clients in the next 5 days, would you want to learn more? Comment below, right? So something like that. That's very direct. Like, hey, I'm asking you if you want to work with me here. Now we have our indirect post. This indirect moneymaker post is designed to get people to raise their hand, but they may not be ready to move forward and work with you. It's really about getting them to raise their hand and then starting a conversation. In this post, we offer a free resource. That's all we do. We're offering a free resource. So we recently did this with a swipe file, right? It is a document. That swipe file that we offered was a culmination of like some welcome sequences I have. And I asked everybody, like, hey, do you guys want my welcome sequence that offers it's like 40% rate of people opening it. My open rate was over 40%, right? Who wants it? And we're just getting people to comment below, right? Like, if you want this file, comment swipe file below. And so all of the people that comment that they want this resource, we are messaging them with the resource. We're having conversations, and then we're leading them into conversations about what's going on in their business and if we could potentially help them, right? Another example here I have is, hey, last night I wrote down my top 10 email subjects that get people to open my emails. Do you want it? Comment below, right? Again, you can add a photo, you could add a picture of yourself, you could use a color background on these posts, but super simple. We're getting people to raise their hands so we can start having conversations, sending them over lead magnets, and then asking them to tell us more about what's going on with your specific pain point, your specific problem. All right, you guys, that is it for my 7 magic post framework. I hope this was super helpful for you guys. I hope that you take this information and you implement it right away. And if you do, I want you to let me know. I want you to let me know how it's working. I am so excited to see all of the success you guys get from this framework, and I will talk to you guys very soon.